What's up, dudes? We're here at Mideast, the Gobbler in Union, South Carolina. I'm not racing the whole Mideast series, only the ones that are close to me. Just trying to get some seat time in and hopefully try to keep my race pace up in preparation for next year.
Jolly, Tony Ramirez, Aaron Crane, Caden Jones, Kane Kirkpatrick. 10 seconds.
This is my fourth Mideast race ever, I believe, and I've noticed that the caliber of competition in this series is really friggin' high. These are really fast riders, and this series, in my opinion, is really well run, and it's always an enjoyable time. We're lining up in the C Junior class. I think there's 16 people on our line, so let's kind of aim for a top 10, see what we can bring home. I've been racing for about a year and a half now, and I've always struggled with starts. But I feel like things have clicked recently, and I'm starting to get a lot better at it. I may have been a tad disrespectful to old Pinky here, but he pays me back by finding this incredible hotline and gets right back in front of me. The start was the most stressful part of the race for me. I got so nervous waiting 30 minutes for the freaking race to start, and then 8 rows to go. And I just kind of cruise after the first turn, try not to crash and die, and I need to work on being more aggressive and trying to make some moves happen early in the race. It was 90-something degrees and the dust was unreal. The GoPro doesn't do it justice. You could not see anything. I was following the silhouette of this beautiful pink man, hoping he would guide me, and not into a tree. This course really reminded me of Big Buck GNCC. I know it's in the same location, Union, South Carolina, but I don't know if this was part of the course, but everything was just really similar for me. The routes got progressively worse and worse lap after lap. It's really sketchy. There's a section up ahead where there's a left line, and you get to ride on this incline, and then there's just this gigantic route that you have to like hop over, and I just got skeeved out and ended up slowing down and just trying to get through the section alive. We lost sight of old Pinky for a while, but we found him here again on the ground. I hope he enjoyed his slumber, because I'm about to endure the same venture myself. In the moment, all I saw was this dude just peeing on the track, so thankfully he didn't hit me with his hose. Well, the visibility kind of sucked to go fast. I was really thankful for how fast this track was in this heat. I was in full pads, knee pads, chest protector, full gear, gloves, boots, long socks, and it was absolutely miserable. I think I was dehydrated for a day and a half after the race. Getting some speed and not being in really tight single track for a long time definitely helped cool me off. I'm still a pretty unconfident novice rider, so these downhill sections, while the GoPro makes them look not intimidating at all, I have a bad habit of slamming on the brakes or at least dragging the back brake while I'm going downhill, so I don't, I can have control of my speed. But this race, I was trying to get out of my comfort zone a little bit and just coast, and on the last couple laps, I was actually giving her a little bit of gas down ahead. You hear my handguard smack the trees right there, left and then right. These tight sections, I'm honestly petrified of having any kind of speed or momentum through, because I've smacked both my left and right pinky so many times. I feel like I've probably fractured my pinky at some point, at least on my right side. I can't really bend it anymore, but I just kind of ignore the pain and just keep on riding. Maybe one day I'll have the knowledge and ability to navigate that seamlessly. This respectable gentleman here, here's a two-stroke coming, and he pulls off and lets me by, and maybe that got to my head because I eat crap up ahead. There's my buddy Cole Brown passing me and taunting me, saying, "Bye, Fred." I met Cole during the Carolina XC series, and we became friends because I was watching his YouTube videos, and we just started talking to each other in the parking lot one day. I didn't even recognize him, and then I was like, "Are you Cole Brown?" And he's like, "Yeah." We ended up bonding, and every time I go to a Mideast, I try to hang out with Cole and talk to him. And today I actually got to do some racing with them, and do a little bit of battling, back and forth action. The most fun racing I've ever had is when you have somebody in your class that has a comparable skill level to you and that you know pretty well. So it's definitely motivating trying to attempt to beat your nemesis. Last weekend I rode the NEPG Cherokee Enduro, which was a lot of fun, but it was the first Enduro I've ever rode. And I will say, I think I'm partial to hare scrambles. I love actually racing people, and with the Enduro setup, it was based off of rows on different tests, so you didn't really get to see anybody out there, and I really rely on the momentum to keep my drive and determination going. Otherwise, I'll just kind of get into a set coasting pace, just like trail riding with a little bit of balls to it. But I really enjoy actually competing with other people. There's Cole up ahead. We're reeling him in, so let's see if we can make some magic happen and maybe make a move on him. This section was really fun. It was like this deep gulch ravine thing, and it's this kind of single path adventure that you go on. Now, I'm battling with Cole on the first lap, but I think on the third lap after my GoPro died, I was stuck behind this large little boy who was moving like a turtle, and there were like 6 dudes behind me, and I couldn't make a move on the kid because he was large. I couldn't move past him. Definitely a difficult situation. He ended up just yelling, "Go, just pass me!" And I felt it was gut-wrenching and heartbreaking for both me and him. We're caught in this bottleneck train action thing, and the guy behind me is yelling at me to get the hell out of the way. And I'm like, "Where do you want me to go?" So I just kind of kept on trucking, but that shook me up a little bit because I hate holding people up. But I don't think I really had a move to make there. I did all 4 laps today, and every lap I messed this section up big time. There's a line on the right that was kind of a straight shot through it, as opposed to taking this bold turn, and wasting so much time, and I just kept messing that up until the final lap. I would much rather be right behind somebody than being in front of someone that's right behind me. I feel like there's less pressure there, and we could make some time up from the back, and having the confidence and having that person in front kind of leading the way, and you don't have to make those decisions of, is there a hole here? Will I die? That kind of thing. But the dust definitely complicated things, with your visibility, and I really didn't want to kill my buddy Cole here. Now I've got a GoPro Hero 10, which is a few years old at this point, and I'm having this problem where it'll just shut off mid-recording. So I'm thankful that, while I don't think it's allowed in Mideast, I run the chin mount, so I'm able to see. It'll usually beep and it'll come up with an error message, but I just couldn't find the time to hit the record button again because I was so focused on racing and riding, trying to catch Cole. But I do make the time, maybe like 4 minutes after we're battling, and I missed out on a lot of good footage, but we got some action up ahead for you. Haven't quite figured out how to really ride roots well yet. They're just so unpredictable and they bonk you around. I would take ruts or mud over roots any day. I absolutely love when courses have these natural 2 or 3 lane sections where if you're behind somebody, you can kind of take that alternate line and hopefully just bean it a little harder than the other guy and make a move on him. But Cole definitely fights back and he defends his position. This C-Class warrior that's somehow stuck behind me is yelling at me, hurting my feelings to get the hell out of the way, so I end up kind of taking this right line. I point him to go left, and hopefully he moves on with his battles, and I get to continue with mine. I get a little bit cheeky here after getting all that momentum on that drag strip straightaway, and I try to make a pass on the inside, and it doesn't really work out for me. My front tire slips out a little bit. Here we beamed it just a little bit more than Cole did, and he told me after the race that he kind of was like, all right, well, let's just follow Fred. I got some fresh AT82s recently. Got some nice new rubber, and I banded them in the hard setting. They're bidirectional tires, so they have like a hard setting and then a soft setting, which is kind of more like a scoop. So I plan on running these for a little while during the summer, and then once Carolina XC starts, which in the little experience I've had with that series, a lot of those are sand races. So hopefully we can just kind of flip them over and have some scoopage action for our sand times. You know, I keep saying that, but the GoPro makes everything look easy. That was a pretty gnarly incline. Roots on it, and this guy was stuck on this, I think, RM 2-stroke, and it was a sketchy situation for sure. Everybody was slowing way down for this lakeside crossing here. There was a pretty significant decline here. I think everyone usually took the left ledge, that kind of higher ground thing. I usually transitioned over to the right side. Here comes a straightaway, so we can give her some gas. This was a gnarly dip right here, and it was kind of tough to navigate because if you attempted to wheelie it or jump it, you might hit that tree. So I elected to take it easy and let the handlebars hit me in the chest. I'm thankful I did a terrible job navigating that hill because I almost could have been struck by a deer. I would have been scooping my paste off the side of that tree over there. The right side was definitely the best line to take through this obstacle here because there was a big friggin' drop immediately into this pretty gnarly cliff. One of the spectators here was trying to tell us to go the right way instead of me following everybody else into the wrong way. So these fellows let me into the spare here. Everyone's turning around, and I lose a buttload of positions going into the checkpoint. First lap down and what feels like an eternity to go. There's that sketchy log jump I was talking about in the first lap. No, thank you. I think Cole ended up passing me when I followed those guys into the abyss and blew past the trail. So here we are catching back up to him. Cole's an absolute animal here, taking the forbidden line to me. The GoPro dies here after I take a bit of a tumble after getting roosted in the eyeballs by a little 85, so that feels great for me. But I ended up, I think, 7th out of 17th or 16th in 250 junior, and 94th out of 207 overall in the morning race. So that's pretty good for Mideast. Again, these guys are really freaking fast. I had a blast besides the whole dehydration thing, and feeling like a pickle. So maybe summers are meant for hanging out in the pool and playing golf or something. But here I am out in the motorcycle. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you at the next round.